welcome to Mama Ruth's house. This is the third episode of our Christmas candy making, and we're going to be making the peanut butter balls. This is a big hit. Everyone loves it. And I am going to be tripling this recipe because it only makes 15. It's a very small recipe. So I'm going to be tripling it. And here we go. This is a really easy one as well. If you like making candy as much as I do, I've been doing it for about 40 years. Go back and watch episode 1, which is the chocolate peanut clusters, and episode 2 is the coconut almond balls, which I just call them coconut balls, and they're delicious. They taste like almond joy. And then these are peanut butter balls. They taste a little bit like Reese's. They're good. And they're a big hit as well. We're going to get started with these. They're super easy, just time consuming making the little balls. Now, I was making these a little bit smaller, I believe, and so I sometimes get more than what it says. So we're going to be using 4.5 cups of confectioner sugar, 9 tablespoons of softened butter, and then 1.5, aren't these so cute? 1.5 cups of creamy peanut butter. So if you're following the Weight Watcher plan, and they truly indeed make 15, we'll see how many we make, and it may change, and I'll make sure that I put that in there. These are 13 points each, and you know, peanut butter is pointy, the butter, the sugar, you know, it's all pointy on this one. And then we make the balls, and then we dip them in the chocolate. All right. I just love these little things. They're so cute, these little measuring cups. So I am going to mix it a little bit, and then I always mix it with my hands because I got to get that butter in there good. These are all made with love. My hands are super clean. Yeah, we're going to just go in there because this is not going to do it for me. In fact, I'm going to use my gloves. These gloves are really big for me, so they kind of are uncomfortable. I'm going to have to get some better ones. These are the food grade ones that I had, and they're just, I don't know, they're super big. It's going to be all right. These will make, hopefully, 45 balls. Hopefully more. Maybe I'll make more. So I just want to get that butter mixed with that peanut butter. And then we do this, and we'll roll them in the balls, and then put them in the fridge to chill. And then we're going to dip them in our candy coating. It's kind of it crumbs up, it gets crumbly at first, and then it comes together. Probably could use your mixer, I guess, but I always have done it like this. These are one of my son's favorites. And I have made them also with chunky peanut butter, and it's good too. Sometimes I make both. I'll make the creamy and the chunky, but it just takes a little bit to get everything mixed together. Again, super easy. Don't be afraid to try to make candy. It's not hard at all. I had no experience with it. My mother never made candy. I've made fudge a few times, but our gang is not a big fudge. They're not big fudge fans. Maybe I don't make it good. I don't know, but they just haven't been good big fudge fans. But I've made a few different kinds. I made a C's candy fudge recipe, and it was pretty good. I couldn't find my recipe, so I got a different one, and it looked the same. I do that every year. I always say I'm going to keep my recipe. Now I'll have it because I'll have it on video, and it's always post in the bottom. What's your family's favorite Christmas time candy? I would love to hear. Oh yeah, this is better. I kind of packing it in there so it kind of almost gets a rounded ball already, and then I'll mold it. My thumb broke through the... Shh, shh, shh. Try to make them a little bit uniform. You know, it is what it is. We're making homemade candy. It's not going to be perfect. My husband is getting me some peanut butter for another recipe. Perfect. Thank you, honey. You can see it's a little easy. It's very easy to make these. It's just, like I said, time consuming. So this is about the same as if I used the baller, because I fill the baller up on both sides, but this is just the one side. Like I said before on the coconut balls, if you can put them close together at this stage. I just try not to put them too close together when I'm doing it for the when I put the chocolate on there or the candy coating. You don't want them touching because then they get kind of ugly looking. I usually put these in the refrigerator for an hour or so. Depends on, what I'm doing. If I'm making other things, then it can go a little longer. A, it's not really time sensitive to me. I'm good with it. I've actually made them the night before, put them in the fridge overnight, and then dipped them in the morning, and they've done just fine. I have one more ball candy I'm going to be making, and they are peanut butter, not peanut butter, they are Butterfinger candies. And then the other ones, we're going to be making some toffees coming up. It's not surprising that many times I will think I'm going to make all kinds of stuff, and then sometimes I start getting tired, and then I don't end up making all of the things that I said I was going to make. So that happens too. So we're going to have a first. I've never made the nougat candy, and we're going to be making that. See how that works. It looks pretty easy, so I think it won't be too hard. I don't know if any of you remember the Brock's. It was white candy, and it had like different colored jellies in there. So that's the one we're gonna make. And it has like, I don't know what kind of candy it is, but it's a candy that we're gonna be using for the middle. A jelly candy, like one of those kind. I think sometimes people call these Buckeyes. It's a beautiful day today. Doesn't feel like Christmas. It's so pretty outside today. We're in Northern California, so Central Valley, I guess. And it's I think in the low 60s today, and sun's shining and beautiful. It's going to be that way through Christmas. It is going to start raining again in next Wednesday. And I think they said for several days. So that's good. We need the rain. Since I've been making candy every year, I just wanted to do these videos, even though I know my channel is predominantly for healthy recipes, but this is part of my life and my tradition that I've been doing, like I said, for 40 years. So it's still a part of me, and I want to have it on video so my kids and my grandkids, and when I get great grandkids, they'll be able to see it and know how I made all the candies over the years. I'm going to finish this pan and then I'll turn off the video and come back. You saw me making enough of these little balls, so you get the drift. You get the gist of it. And I'll probably truthfully put it on fast forward because it's pretty boring just watching me make the balls. There'll be time. I'll be taking out my peanut clusters, and putting those in a little container. I'm going to put them in little small cupcake liners. All right, that's one pan. I'll get the rest going. Turn you off and we'll be back. Hello and welcome back. It's the next day. All of our candy has been in the refrigerator overnight, and I am starting our double boiler so that we can dip our chocolate candy balls. So we're using the almond candy bark. While this is melting in here, I'm going to try breaking it. We have a lot of candy too. We have a lot of candy to dip, so we're going to be melting a lot of chocolate in here. It's just easier when you have it all done and you don't have to worry. So far I put 3 of the bricks of the almond bark in here. This melts it nice and slow, doesn't burn on the bottom when you do it with a double boiler. I've done it many times in the microwave, but I feel like my chocolate gets cold quickly, and so then it's and sometimes when you try to warm it back up, it seizes on you, and then it just becomes this hard, messy, nasty block, and you can't do anything with it. So I prefer this way. Just get it to where it's nice and smooth and melted down, and I feel like the deeper the chocolate, it's just easier to get your candy in there and dip it. I'd love to hear how you guys, what you guys do. This is just the way I do it. There may be something that I'm missing, even though I've been making it for a long time. Maybe I make it a little harder than it could be, or I don't know. I'm always open for suggestions. This takes the longest, is just melting this chocolate and getting it just about ready to start dipping. There's a few more blocks in there, and then we'll get that and we'll start getting this party started. Hello, and we're back. We are now ready to dip our peanut butter balls we made in chocolate. We have our double boiler with our chocolate. And let me put you down so you can see what we're doing. Okay, so I try to work fast because the peanut butter gets soft pretty quickly. So I just drop it in there, use a fork, and put it over here. Oh, don't want them touching. I'm just going to put a few on each one. If they've hardened, I'll just put a dollop of chocolate on top and we'll make it stick again. This does nothing for the taste. It's just to tell them apart. Perfect. All right, I have one more of these to do, and there's no need for you guys to watch all of that. Kind of boring. Put you up. Again, I'm so happy you joined me today. I hope you enjoy making these as much as I do for my friends and family. And until next time, make a fantastic day. Bye.